2 weeks ago, you authorized the advertisement of the ordinance, which relates to the county's imposed hotel tax. Recently, the legislature passed amended and passed another act to enable counties to go to 5%, up to 5%, along with a number of other changes that they included in the act. Since your last meeting, it has been advertised as ordinance number 54 in accordance with the county code, that being that it has to be advertised at least 7 days prior, but not 30 days, not more than 30 days prior to the next meeting when it will be considered. So that has been done. I've provided each of you with a copy of the ordinance as proposed. It has been put on display in the law library upstairs and also at the Lebanon Daily News offices. Horace Airgood is here. Attorney Airgood is the solicitor to the treasurer. Had a hand in helping us to craft this or to incorporate these changes. So did our solicitor Dave Warner, and so did Sally Newen, the treasurer. We had a meeting a couple of weeks ago and worked on this. I can just highlight maybe some of the major changes to it that the state imposed, and then leave it to you if there are any comments or any questions. So the primary purpose of this would be to enact the county hotel tax to 5%. It has been at 3% for many years. That would mean that essentially the gross collections would go from about $250,000 to about $420,000 if it's established at 5%. It also, and I'll get to the allocations of that when I get to that part of the ordinance. It also changes some of the definitions. It adds the definition of a cabin as a taxable type of structure or type of service that provides overnight lodging. It added a few more words to the definition of a hotel. Added an inn. Let's see, homestead, deleted homestead, added inn, added some others into that, and again, I gave you this probably about a week or two ago that you can take a look at this. It also further defined immediate family, further defined marketing and what is meant by marketing throughout. It redefined a permanent resident, which was defined before as someone staying in a room or rooms for 60 consecutive days, now to 30 consecutive days. It redefined tourist promotion agency. Instead of saying that it's a corporation designated by the Board of Commissioners, it says that it is an organization certified by the county by the effective date of this subsection and under section 1770, which defines what a TPA is. Again, it establishes it at 5%. Talks about when the taxes shall be remitted to the county treasurer. And I think one of the most, probably one of the most significant changes was there was a section added that defines the use of the revenue, and that's been a little bit open-ended, as you're aware, since the inception of this act. And so in this case, they've added some specific language defining what the use of revenue can be for, and specifically marketing the area served by the agency as a leisure travel destination, marketing the area as a business convention or meeting travel destination, using all appropriate marketing tools to accomplish these purposes. And this one was interesting to me. I think that this was just a way for the legislature to just make sure there's some buy-in from the organizations that are receiving any grant funds, and that is to require a cash or in-kind local match of at least 25% by anyone receiving a grant. So as you entertain these grants out of your allocation, we'll need to be requiring 25% match from those entities. Attorney Airgood could speak to it a little more if need be, but that is to add a little bit more teeth, so to speak, to the penalties and the enforcement of collecting this. So there's language added that says, in addition to the penalties that are provided for by the Act, the county may refer violations of this ordinance to the district attorney for prosecution of any applicable criminal statute. So hopefully that, you know, if that need ever arises, it gives a little more. Is that fair?
Yeah. As you know, we've had some trouble in the past collecting the tax. And Sally and I have worked pretty hard in doing it. And this made sense to us because we've already been in contact with the district attorney with regard to one case. We were this close to having prosecution because in my opinion, the hotel innkeeper, what have you, is collecting the tax. It's not theirs and they've been using the money. Sure. So that was my thinking. We got together with Dave Warner. This is what we came up with. I think this should work.
This being the allocations, so if the gross collections are $420,000 estimated, then this act provides for a 4% administration fee to be collected by the county treasurer's office. That would amount to $16,000. The net of that then to be distributed would be $404,000. 55% of that would go to Visit Lebanon Valley, the county's designated TPA. That would come to about $222,000 a year, and 35% is designated to go to the Expo Center, and that would amount to about $141,000 per year. The remainder, about $40,400 would be the 10% that the county commissioners still have to allocate grants for any tourism that you see fit.
Just two things. The contiguous counties, which are much larger and have more rooms to draw from, are already, I think, at 5%. And that's a disadvantage we've had for a long time. The other is that no, this is not a local, a burden on the local taxpayer per se. This would be for the folks coming in rooms. So that's not to be perceived as a tax on our local constituents.
My name is Laura Putt. I'm president of Visit Lebanon Valley.
My name is Pat Kerwin. I'm the executive director of the Expo Center.
Visit Lebanon Valley is tasked as the official tourism promotion agency here in the county. We run a professional marketing organization, which is in accordance with Act 18, which is what we're voting on here today, 54. We promote the businesses, attractions, and events which draw out-of-town visitors, but also serve our own residents. Over the past year, we have worked to rebuild the foundation for tourism on a shoestring budget. A 2% increase in the hotel tax not only benefits residents here, but also the businesses. Tourism spending, according to 2014 Economic Impact Report by Oxford Economics, says that in Lebanon County alone, $200.9 million has been spent on tourism. Likewise, 2,907 jobs have been created in Lebanon County annually based around tourism. And as Commissioner Phillips said, nobody likes the idea of raising taxes, but it's important that we note that this isn't a tax on our residents or on our business, but rather the visitors. Bear in mind that our hotel tax or our hotel room rates are much lower, as much as 30% lower than the surrounding counties. On average, our rooms are $100 a night, which means that this tax goes from $3 to $5, which, you know, anybody booking a room doesn't ask what the hotel tax rate is. And I submit that at 5%, we're still much lower than, say, Las Vegas or Manhattan, who are at 12 to 19%. The 2% hotel tax increase will allow Visit Lebanon Valley to allocate more dollars to marketing the businesses, attractions, and events, which draw these additional business. Our efforts are all aimed at reaching visitors who are seeking short getaway stays. That means they're coming from about 2 hours away or under, and they're staying for up to 3 to 4 days. An analysis of the state tourism budget by Tourism Economics has showed that for every dollar spent on tourism, $3.43 is generated in tax revenue, which is fairly substantial in my opinion. And if you want to break it down to a county level, Cumberland County reports a ROI of every $1 spent, bringing in $1.46 back to the county. An increase of the hotel tax revenue is really a win for the entire county, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your support and this opportunity to be here again today. But your support over the past year and a half, I've been there about a year and a half now at the Expo Center, has been wonderful. We truly, truly appreciate it. I can't tell you how much of a difference it's made. Of course, we're excited about the possibility of having some increased revenue come to the Expo Center, which will be used primarily for maintenance types activities. The facility is the largest draw in terms of bringing people into Lebanon County. And the fact that we'll be able to maintain the facility and keep it attractive in a good state of repair is really critical for us to be able to continue to grow and develop the businesses there. Some of the things that have occurred within the past year, thanks to some funding from the county, is we've replaced the roof over top of the center hall out there, which is a $64,000 project. If you recall, we had that $100,000 that you guys allocated to the facility that was being held. We converted from propane to natural gas just in 2000 this year. So far this year through April, our savings in fuel are $14,500 as a result of that conversion. We refinanced our mortgages out there to a lower interest rate, and we're excited about that too, because we also included some extra funds where we'll do some renovations out there, including the restrooms, which are in really need of renovations, and just the exhaust systems in the restrooms out there really need some attention. There's painting needs to be done. There's places where it's peeling. Some of our ceilings were damaged as a result of the leaking roof. So we're really very excited about this, and can't tell you how much we appreciate it. Facilities like this typically are heavily funded from the local hotel tax, whether it's the Lancaster Convention Center or Reading or York. You might be interested to know that in Derry Township, the Giant Center and the Hershey Museum are supported by the Dauphin County hotel tax to the tunes of millions of dollars per year. So people recognize the significant impact these types of facilities have, not only on tourism, but I think on the overall quality of life of people who live in Lebanon County. We're very fortunate to have a facility out there, I think, that is so versatile. We're continuing to grow the business out there. As you know, we're also the emergency designated area for the county. And they were out, I guess, 2 weeks ago, where they actually did the connections for the new emergency generator that we're getting. But the folks took that back because they're doing some testing at another location at the moment. But we anticipate that will be in place within the next month. So we're really very excited about this. We appreciate your support, and we thank you very much for it.
The motion to approve it? Motion.
Yes, I'll make the motion.
Says second? Lack of a second, I'll second the motion. Any further discussion?
July 1st would be the session date. It's approved.
All right, well, we appreciate your good work, and I'll call for the question. All in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-1.